happy Wednesday. I really had a busy day at work today, and so I kind of came home and didn't really feel like doing my homework, which I don't know at this point if that's a good or a bad thing. It's the end of the semester for me, the summer semester. I took a shortened semester, and so my class was only like 4.5 weeks long. But I put out a survey on the Austin AmeriCorps Housing Networking Facebook group, and a lot of you guys kind of answered the same thing of wanting to know more about your budget and coming into AmeriCorps, spending your budget, knowing about your budget. So if you're coming into AmeriCorps, you know that our stipend is not that big. You are definitely below the poverty line during your program, but it kind of compensates because the money you should be getting in your regular paycheck, you get in your education award, which is completely paying for my school, but that'll be another video for you guys. But so a little side kind of story about me. When I applied for AmeriCorps the first time, I actually didn't have a plan to do AmeriCorps. I'd gotten into college and I was set on going, and then I did my loan projections, and you know, interest loans for college is absolutely ridiculous. And so I decided that maybe I should just do AmeriCorps, get some money for school, and then I'll try the whole school thing after. So I applied for my program at the end of June, I think, beginning to middle of July at the latest. And my program started August 15th. And so I was moving from Ohio back to Texas for the second time with not a plan. I didn't have money put away. I didn't budget to do this program. It kind of just happened, and I chose Austin because my mom lives a couple hours away, and so I thought that, you know, it would be cool to have somebody close in case something happened. You know, and I was only 18, so I didn't really know what, you know, the plan was. But so, like, I didn't plan for anything. I think I maybe had like $200 in my pocket, not including like moving costs, but I had roughly like $200 to last me 2 weeks once I got down here for my program. And so if you're coming into AmeriCorps, I do not advise you to do it the way that I did it. You know, most of the time when you apply for AmeriCorps, if you're planning to do it, you apply in like February or March, and then you have all summer to prep for your program. So I would suggest maybe putting together, you know, some pocket change. So like every paycheck, if you're able to put like 25 to 50 bucks away every paycheck, and so that way you have money to fall back on. During my first program, because I did two, my car actually died, and so I ended up having to budget for a car payment because to fix my car that I had then was going to be way too expensive, and I didn't have that money just sitting around. And then the other thing I would suggest, if you can't do that, is to maybe open an emergency credit card. It was the first credit card that I ever had, and I don't use it. I have it in case I need to buy tires, or, you know, if I have a blowout, or, you know, if something happens and I have to go to the hospital. I have a backup plan just in case. And, you know, be smart. You know, food is one of your top budgets, your expenses in your budget. And so if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, it's going to definitely be very hard for you to eat on an AmeriCorps budget, unless you've been doing it for a while and you know how to not spend an arm and a leg to afford what you eat. But there aren't, you know, in Austin we have like 3 main grocery stores. We have like Walmart and H-E-B and Randall's. But I grocery shop at Target because the sales are better, because I have Cartwheel, which is an app. It's a money-saving app. And I just think that they have better sales, and their house brand is better than a couple other places. But I did start noticing that Walmart is now carrying on Central Market. Central Market owns them, but they're not, the brand isn't called Central Market. And it's a cheaper version of Central Market stuff. So be on the lookout for sales and just do it smartly. Because on my program, we had like a food pantry, but it wasn't, you know, with 32 of us, it was kind of like, well, if you get it, you get it. And so like I used to get like rice and beans and like random things like that out of the food pantry. But then the year after my last year, so this round of AmeriCorps members, they actually canceled doing the food pantry. And so, you know, they may have benefits like that in your program, and that's something you want to talk to your program coordinator about, but it's not a guarantee that it'll last your entire program. So make sure that you are you're meeting people through the Facebook groups or the Google group. I know here in Austin, just because of how many AmeriCorps programs we actually have a Google group set up to meet people for housing and different things like that. So make friends. You know, if it's easier for you guys to buy a Sam's Club membership, which is $30 for a year, and that way you're only buying bulk every, you know, like once a month you're buying eggs, or once a month you're buying cheese, it'll save you money in the long run just because you're not fronting that money constantly. So comment below if you have any other tips about budgeting. That's what I did. I really, honestly, I didn't save on my program, and but I spent wisely. You know, if you're an avid shopper, AmeriCorps is probably not going to do you any justice unless you get a part-time job outside of AmeriCorps, and some programs don't let you do that. So I would look into that too before you start your program. But yeah, comment below about what you would do to save money on a very tight budget. Like, share, tweet, and I will see you in my next video.